Hey, what is good, YouTube? What is good, PlayStation Nation? It is your boy Persona of Gaming with Persona, host of When Persona Speaks, host of When Persona Interviews, and one half of the host of What's Up PlayStation Podcast every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. And oh my God, y'all thought I wasn't. Hold on. Yo, first off, I want to give a big shout out, right? I want to give a big shout out to my boy, OBJ the Don. I did my interview with him yesterday on my episode 9 of When Persona Interviews. That is the new mini-series on my channel that is going to be happening bi-weekly, where I'll have a special, people within the community, and also high-profile people as well. But, we got to crawl before we can walk, right? So, people within the community, really cool people that, I think would be a good fit that, I would want to interview, right? Like, it'd be really cool. So, that's my new mini-series on the channel. I started that back last summer, and then I kind of fell off of it a little bit, especially when I started, studying for my certification and stuff like that. And, a lot of real world stuff was happening. So I couldn't really do it as much as I wanted to. But now, we're starting that back up. We did episode 9 yesterday. OBJ the Don was my first guest back. And I was really happy to have him on March 3rd, which is next week Tuesday or next week Wednesday. I forget. On March 2nd or 3rd, on 3rd or 4th, my next interview guest is going to be J Main from Press Start Podcast. Man, that's gonna be a good one as well, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all don't want to miss that. And then I got a couple of other ones lined up. I don't want to say too much just yet, but just know that show is is coming back bi-weekly. It's gonna be really good, right? So yeah, listen, shout out to y'all in the chat, man. Let me shout out everybody in the chat. Star Guardian 88, what is good? PlayStation 5, how you doing, bro? Crosshairs in the building. Lay, what's good with you, man? Sick Humor TV, the man himself, what is good? Social Joins in the building. Stealth Guy Gaming, my boy Court in the building. Court, what is good with you, man? JKS Guy Code, what is good with you? Interloper, what is going on? Pug Channel in the building. Brandon G, what's good with you, bro? Who else is here? Early Birds, man. Shout out to Immortal Black. Shout out to D-Wayne. I know D-Wayne was here early as well. ISA was here early as well. Early Bird, shout out to you. Games for Eternity, I know you were here super early as well. Big shout out to you as well. And I know Omar had put something in the chat yesterday, but it didn't show up. So shout out to Omar Karba as well, man. Appreciate you guys for being Cold Blood Sensei in the building. Foxing Around is in the building. Kelvin Smith, what's going on with you, man? What's going on, Kelvin? OBJ, there go OBJ right there, the man himself. Like I said, guys, I did my interview with him yesterday. Really, really fun. Really good conversation, man. It's really good to get, just be able to sit down and talk games and talk the community and whatnot with people within the community. Really, really, really good. So shout out to OBJ the Don. OBJ, why ain't you modded up out here though? That's a gross oversight on my part. Mod you up out here, OBJ. Henry Heck, what's good, man? James Williams in the building. I appreciate you guys. Also the lurkers, man. I know a lot of y'all probably just coming home from work, driving in your cars or on the bus or train or wherever, coming home from work, or you cooking and you got the show playing in the background or whatnot, or you playing the game and you listening to the show. I know it's a lot of lurkers here, man. So shout out to the lurkers as well. Let's get that round. Hold on, before we do the round of applause, make sure we got everything right here. Round of applause for the people in the chat. I said, round of applause for the people in the chat. Yo, big shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know I appreciate y'all so much. Yeah, I changed up the background music as well, right? Let me know if y'all like that, man. Because I was like, yo, with this episode, this is going to be this is definitely going to be a heavy hitting episode, right? Because I think a lot of y'all not going to like what I have to say. Right, and I know it's gonna be, the feelings is gonna be an all-time high today, right? we going in. We going in. Yo, King Proud, what's up, man? We going in. We are going in today because, listen, man. Man, I've talked about this. Shout out to Bari, man. Shout out to Sick. And shout out to Thrash as well, man. Right? Listen, man. Since last year when this first when it first came out, like first it was the speculations, and then it became a reality with Horizon Zero Dawn, with that whole, oh yeah, that's going to PC. I've been talking about this we've talked about this last year, ladies and gentlemen, right? I talked about it on my channel. I talked about it on Bari's channel. I talked about it on Six's channel. I talked about it on Thrash's channel. I talked about it on, Kofi's channel and just channels that I've been on, as guests. Yo, Team Mang Fu, what's good with you, man? Listen, man, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I'm tired, and then yesterday I talked about it twice because I was on Bari's show, and then I did my interview where me and OBJ talked about it. Right? Hold on one second. So, I'm I'm tired, guys. Hey, listen, man. I'm tired of talking about this. I'm at the point where I'm tired of talking about it. But not for the reasons that you think. Yo, Jack moving to... Yo, my boy Jack. My boy Jack in the building. Yo, Eddie, what's good with you, man? Eddie 87 in the building. Yo, my boy Jack. Shout out to my boy Jack Move Johnny, man. Cause I was watching his show, Are We Live, bruh? Are We Live, bruh? Yeah, I was watching his show yesterday. And listen, a lot of what Jack was saying yesterday on his show, that shit, it resonated with me. Yo, Chris Righteous, what's up, man? It resonated with me, right? Because he was saying a lot of the stuff that I was feeling as well, right? I hate that I couldn't jump on the show. I was at work. I couldn't, I was literally I had a lot of stuff going on at work, so I couldn't jump on. But he was saying a lot of good stuff, man, that I'm gonna reiterate some of that here because, listen, right? I gotta be honest with y'all. I'm tired of talking about this. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm at the point now where I'm tired of talking about it, right? Because, yo, Nariko with the $20 super chat. Nariko, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Yo, Glorious World, what's good with you? I'm tired of talking about this, guys, because y'all know how I feel. I've maintained my stance on this since the beginning, right? Since last year when this stuff was first rearing its ugly head, I gave my stance, right? And to reiterate so people know, my stance is this, right? Personally speaking, all I gotta say is just look at Xbox, man, right? When you look at Xbox, right, and you see the route that they're going, I'm tired of seeing people say, oh, well, Xbox don't got no games. Their games aren't that great, blah, blah, blah. That's not the point, right? The point is when they went that route full force, it became what it was, which is what it is now, right? Xbox is not the main focus anymore. That's the point, right? I'm not trying to push no agendas. I'm not trying to, scare people and all this. That's never been that's never been my channel. That's never been my content. And most importantly, that's not who I am. You understand? Yo, I enjoy PlayStation, right? PlayStation is my preferred platform. I want to see PlayStation do good, right? I want to see their developers do good. 100%, right? People saying, oh, well, these are old games and all this other stuff. Those are fallacies, false equivalencies, right? Those are straw man arguments. It does not matter if it's an old game. It doesn't matter, because regardless if it's an old game, a new game, or whatever, it does not matter. The fact of the matter is, the games are slowly but surely moving to PC. Yo, Cyber Dragon, what's good? Yo, Shadow the Ghost, what's good? Right? And my stance is this. As of right now, nothing's going day and date. Nothing's going day and date. So there's no reason for me right now to be running for the hills. Oh yeah, I'm done with I'm not buying no more PlayStation, or I'm about to sell my PlayStation. Or nah, there's no need for that right now, right? Right? But 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, there was also no need to even worry about old games being on PC. Hell, go back 2 years. Right? My thing is this. Y'all not gonna like what I'm about to say. So I want to prepare y'all. Yo, Jamar, what's good? I want to prepare y'all because y'all not gonna like what I have to say. Y'all not gonna like what I have to say. A lot of people in this community that are on Twitter and giving this, oh, it's okay, guys, don't worry about it. Like, all these quote unquote fans that are saying, oh, it's nothing to worry about. Oh, there's nothing to be, why are you guys so worried? It's nothing to worry about. It's nothing to worry about, right? All that stuff that's going on right now, right? What type of fun? Yo, Glorious War, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. He says, the blue check marks and the PlayStation influencers on YouTube are not against it. E.g., Kind of Funny, Colin, Mystic Ryan, and beyond. So PlayStation won't do anything. Short-term profit over long-term ecosystem profits. Yo, this is what I'm saying, right? I need to know what fans, and that's something that, we're going to touch on that later. You know what? Because, let me do this. I'm going to do this, right? Because I really wanted to talk about this. Because both conversations are going to go hand in hand. I promise you. Let me share my screen. Right? Because one of the problems that I have here is that PlayStation, the quote unquote PlayStation fans that I see within this community, right, that claim they're fans of PlayStation and they love the games and things like this, and they saying all this other stuff, right? They always end up exposing themselves, and they don't really know shit. They don't know shit. They're not following the news, and they're not playing the games. I'm gonna give you a perfect example, right? Because I'm gonna touch on this first. I really want to touch on this, right? So listen. I put out a tweet earlier today, right? Because we know that State of Play is tomorrow, right? We know that it's the end of the month, right? And we know that the PlayStation Plus games have not been announced yet. And typically the PlayStation Plus games are always announced on the last Thursday of the month. That we do know, right? Right? So, we know that leak happened with CES, where people were talking about, at CES, where all those dates was at the bottom in small print, and we know that Kena was one of those dates, and it said March 2021. They later removed that stuff because they jumped the gun. Yo, Caleb, thank you so much for the super chat, bro. He says that Returnal looking fire though. Yo, that Returnal is looking too good, bro. Trust and believe. But people not gonna buy it because it's $70. You know what they say, Caleb? Well, is it worth $70? Why is this $70? So anyway, shout out to Caleb though. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. So, right. So I put the tweet out, and I said, one of the biggest. And again, guys, this is a prediction. This is a prediction, right? This is just a prediction of what I think based off the track record of how PlayStation is moving and how PlayStation has been doing some of their PS Plus games in the past couple of months, especially since the PlayStation 5 has released, right? So with the State of Play coming tomorrow, this was a prediction that I thought. I've said this a couple. What I said here is not something that this was just my first time saying it. I've said this a couple of times. On my podcast, on Barry's podcast, on Six. I've said this a few times, right? So I said, one of my biggest predictions of tomorrow's state of play is Kena Bridge of Spirits will be announced as part of the March PS Plus games. You heard it here first, right? That's my prediction. I'm not saying that I want it to be in, that the game has to be in PS Plus, anything like that. Part of the problem in this community is, I've said this before. Too many people look at everything in black and white and not in any shades of gray. There's no in between. It's either you're far left, far right, or there's no in between, right? Or there's no room for being in between. It's just a prediction, right? Nowhere in this tweet did I say, oh yeah, Kena Bridge of Spirits should be in PS Plus because that's where it belongs, or no one's gonna buy it if it's not. Kena's one of my. I'm anticipating this game like crazy. I cannot wait for Kena, right? This is one of my... Yo, Corey, what's up, man? This is one of my most anticipated games of 2021. I cannot wait for this game, right? And even if it's not in PS Plus, right, it's still getting bought by me. You understand? Like, if it wasn't in Plus or whatever, the game would get bought. Like, the game's going to get supported by me. You get what I'm saying? It's the same thing with Destruction All-Stars. Before they took Destruction All-Stars out the store last year, I said I already had the game pre-ordered. I had the game pre-ordered, ladies and gentlemen. Right? So, this was just a prediction. Right? And we're looking at the track record and things like that. Right? So, I scroll down. And, shout out to Austin. Shout out to my boy Dre. Here you go. Nah, man, that game needs to be sold, not given the studio is so talented. I agree. They, let them sell it. If it wants to be sold, fine. Then he says, nah, they don't need to build like, some of these people, I don't think they understood the tweet. Because I seen a lot of people attacking me as if they've never seen the PlayStation Plus offerings before, right? Nah, they don't need to build a player pool like Destruction All-Stars, and I think Ember Labs is willing to bet on the market, chasing them out, cashing them out instead of Sony paying them to put it in Plus. Now, see, this is my problem. A lot of people are looking at games being free in Plus as a means of saying that the game wouldn't sell anything if it was put on the market for a price. No. Right? PlayStation Plus is not a Game Pass. PlayStation Plus is not this service that's trying to be like Game Pass and trying to put all games day and date into the service. That's not what it is. PlayStation Plus is a means for you to be able to pay, and you can play online for games that require Plus, but also you get the added benefit of free games per month, right? 2 or 3 games. Now with it being PS5, it's going to be 3 games, but people see that, oh yeah, I think Kena's going to be free in PS Plus, and they immediately go to this Game Pass mentality of, oh, well, no, it doesn't need to be in there because, the game can sell on its own, blah, blah, blah. Because in reality, people know why. Games go into Game Pass. You get what I'm saying? People, they tell on themselves. Man. Nowhere in my tweet was I saying that Kena could not sell on its own. Nowhere. This was just strictly a prediction of what I thought with what was going to be coming with State of Play. Nowhere did I say that I wanted this in Plus. Nowhere did I say, oh yeah, this should be in Plus because it would have a better community or more people get to play. None of that. My thinking wasn't even there. But people jump that Game Pass mentality. People come back. Oh my God. Yo, Rome, what's good, man? Oh my God. No, it shouldn't be this. Right? Then this guy here. Hey, I want you to read this exchange. He goes, why would they release, is this the one? Yeah. Why would they release a brand new game for free? Right? So I quote tweet because I couldn't believe that he actually said that. Because I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, do you own a PlayStation? Do you follow PlayStation's news and offerings when it comes to PS Plus? I don't get it. Right? So it was just like one of those things. So I'm like, do you own a PlayStation? Have you been keeping up with the PlayStation offense? Because PlayStation, people forget that PlayStation has been offering, new games for free for years. They've done that much more than once. Then he gets in his feelings. So he replies, yes, I do own a PS5. Why be a cunt bitch versus answer the question? Because I shouldn't have to answer the question. You get what I'm saying? I shouldn't have to answer the question. Because it should be common knowledge. You'll see Slim. What's good, man? It should be common knowledge. Excuse me. It should be common knowledge that something like this could potentially happen because it's happened in the past. Hello, Bug Snacks. Hello, Destruction All-Stars. I'm just talking the past 6 months. Right? So that's why I made the prediction. But you know what, guys? And this is why I say a lot of people in this community, they see things on Twitter and they reply. They don't. Yo, Jez, what's good, man? Ice Queen, what's up? A lot of people see things on Twitter. And shout out, real talk. Shout out to Court too. Shout out to Stealth, because Stealth came through and dropped the knowledge on him real quick. You feel me? A lot of people on Twitter, they see things to reply and not to understand. They read everything on Twitter and they get in their feelings. Right? So the man's a PlayStation fan, supposedly a PlayStation fan, right? PlayStation fans, you in the community, you follow PlayStation news and all this stuff, right? So if you follow PlayStation news and you really are a fan, you would know and understand that they do these types of things very often. Last gen as well. Right? But, and trust me, guys, it's going to come full circle, because when I show you what I show you, y'all going to be like, oh, damn. Persona, oh, shit. Right? But here we go. So, no way, this game looks like it's worth 70, but if true, it's awesome. Right? People are like, no. A lot of people are in disagreement. Right? Here we go. Shout out to my boy Caution. Shout out to Caution. Right? Shout out to Caution. Right? Because Caution, he didn't, he know not what he do. Right? So shout out to my boy Caution. Right? He said it would be great, but I don't think so. That's a $70 game. I'm like, incorrect. Ember Labs, they said definitely less than 60. Right? When they asked how much, they said definitely less than 60. This came out today. Right? Now, let me bring it full circle. Let's go to the interview that Jim Ryan did. The interview that came out Monday. This came out Monday, guys. Mind you, and excluding Caution, this is not, shout out to Caution. Caution, that's cool peoples. I'm not coming at him. This is more so for everybody else. The smart Alex and the dumbasses that come into my tweet, that come into the tweet and just they in their feelings, right? So let's go to the interview that Jim Ryan did, right? Mind you, these people are PlayStation fans. So if they're PlayStation fans, they're keeping up with the PlayStation news, you would hope, right? But then again, who reads articles, right? Who's got time to read articles, right? Right? Anyway, so the interviewer asks us a question. You're going to give away some more old games for free as part of the Play at Home initiative, but you've also increasingly released new games to PlayStation Plus subscribers, such as Destruction All-Stars and Bug Snacks. Is that something that's going to continue? Jim Ryan, I'm going to get the super chats in a second. Jim Ryan says, yes, it is. We see this as a very interesting and innovative way to publish games and to make games available to our subscribers. It works for us as a publisher, and we know the subscribers for PlayStation Plus loves it. Boom. 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 Hey, yo, DJ Khaled, talk to him.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Listen. ladies and gentlemen, listen. Right? Your Uncle Persona, I don't come here to serve y'all bullshit. You understand? I'm not here trying to push some weak agenda. Like, I'm not here for that, man. Right? I'm a gamer. I'm a PlayStation fan. You understand? I read PlayStation news. I keep up with PlayStation news. I follow the execs and the developers. And I'm up on news and game. You understand? I'm not here with the bullshit. I'm not here for the bullshit, right? All this back and forth on Twitter, right? It's fun sometimes, but at the end of the day, it's like I said the other day. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, with all this mess, this fiasco with more games going to PC and all this shit, when it's all said and done, I'm playing games. When it's all said and done, I'm playing games. Right? Because I'm a gamer. I'm a PlayStation fan and I'm a gamer. Yo, Amanda, what's up? Amanda said, what she said? Currently, I'm still buzzed from watching that latest. Oh, you. Hey, yo, Amanda, I thought you were gonna say that you were buzzed while watching that Near Replicant trailer. Yo, shout out to Amanda, man. But listen, I'm a gamer, man, and I'm a PlayStation fan, right? I'm not gonna hide that. I'm not gonna tiptoe around that, man. I'm never gonna sell you on some bullshit, man. Right? I read the news, right? I give you guys the facts and then I give my opinion. When I'm putting something out on Twitter like that, I'm doing it based off, again, it was a prediction. I don't want, if the game is in plus or not in plus, it don't affect me. Because I'm gonna support the game. It don't affect me. Like, I'm not one of these people running around like, oh yeah, the games have to be in PS Plus, because if the games are not in PS Plus, then it's not worth buying, it's not worth playing, it's not worth this. I'm not doing none of that, man. It was just a prediction, right? But then you got quote unquote fans. You got fans out here, right, that's trying to tell me I'm wrong. You got fans out here that's trying to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. You got quote unquote fans. You got fans out here trying to tell me that PlayStation doesn't put brand new games in PS Plus. Mind you, guys, these are PlayStation fans. So if they're fans, that means they're keeping up with the news, right? I would hope. I read the news all the time. Look, nigga, stop. It's a timed exclusive and coming to PC. I asked a simple question. Hold on, let's maximize this. What does the game coming to PC have to do with it being a game offered in March PS Plus? Mid to high budget games don't release day one on PlayStation Plus unless they're exclusives. Usually $20 indie games. Mind you, these are quote unquote PlayStation fans. What fan? I mean, ladies and gentlemen, the information is there. I mean, I love to read too, Court. I like to read. Well, I'm starting to love to read again, right? Because I started, like, I don't know if I told y'all, but story time. This year, actually, I said I was going to start reading more books, like actual books. So I've been reading a lot more. I've been reading a lot of books lately. I started rereading, like right now, I'm reading this book by Ray Diallo. I'm reading two books, actually. I'm reading this book by Ray Diallo. It's called Working Principles or something like that. And then I started rereading. I've read this book like 4 times already, but 48 Laws of Power. I don't know if I'm sure you guys have heard of that book. I've read that book like 4 times through my life. So I'm reading that as well. I love that book, by the way. Such a great book. It teaches you how to be. No, I'm not gonna go down that path. Anyway, listen. This is what they're saying, and this is what they've been doing for quite some time. Right? Like, I don't get it. But you know, this goes into what I'm going to talk about today. It's PlayStation. Now, I can sit here and I can tell you, oh, how, PlayStation putting, and I've done that. We've done that. That's been done. Oh, let me get these super chats real quick. Yo, shout out to King Prel with the $2 super chat. PS Plus is not Game Pass, but with Lion Ryan it might be. Hey, you know what's funny? Hey man, with Lion Ryan, man, anything is possible. Lord have mercy. That man done put the doubt. He done put the doubt in everybody's mind. It's crazy. Yo, then shout out to Caleb Kaiser with the $5 super chat. That people are reaching saying that Final Fantasy VII Remake will be March PS Plus. It might be. We don't know. It might be. They might be trying to, they might be trying to go hard body with it. I can see it. Honestly. I can see it. I wouldn't be surprised. But see, that's the thing. I already got the game. I just finished reading Debbie Does Dallas. What the hell? But that goes into what I want to talk about, right? That goes into what I want to talk about. Because listen, I could sit here for an hour, 2 hours, and tell you that what Jim Ryan is doing, what PlayStation is doing by putting games on PC is not good. And I've sat here and done that in the past. I've maintained that stance. Right? I like any games going to PC in terms of PlayStation is not good. Because it puts doubt, right? You get people that are, because shout out to Porter Rock as well, because I was watching Porter Rock's podcast last night, and Optimus Code says something about how there wouldn't be, and I don't want to make him a liar or anything. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I know he was saying something about how the amount of people that came from PC to PlayStation is a small number, right? But you also have to look at, I was trying to type it out in the chat, but you know how you be watching a podcast and they talk so fast you can't type it out fast. Anyway, so my whole thing is this: when you look at PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 is currently at 116 million right now. PlayStation 3 at the end of its life cycle was at about 90 million. That's the growth right there. Now, I'm not saying that extra couple million of people that came to PS4 all came from PC, but I'm willing to bet that the fact that PlayStation's exclusives were exclusive to just PlayStation 4 had something to do with however many people might have came from PC to PlayStation to buy a console to play those games because they were exclusive. Right? Never mind the loud people on Twitter. Never mind these people on Twitter that are super vocal about how, and this is one thing I hate too, because people like to use, it's good that gamers get a choice. Now gamers can choose. You always could choose, right? A lot of people on Twitter are trying to use this. Oh, now gamers have a choice. Gamers won. Gamers have a choice, guys. Now gamers can choose where to play the games. You always had a choice, right? That choice was buy a PlayStation and play the games or don't. That's always been the choice. The choice has always been there. You just didn't like the choice. People didn't like the choice. That's the problem here, right? You got people that, I don't like the choices that you're giving me, so it needs to change. No. The choice has always been there. So when people are using this, choice, freedom of choice argument, it's bullshit. It's bullshit because the choice has always been there. The choice is buy the PlayStation and play the games or don't. If you don't buy the PlayStation to play the games, you won't be able to. Okay, oh well. Or you shell out $150, $200, or however much on a PlayStation and play the games. That has always been the choice. That's never changed. The choice is there. Because if this was the other way around, and a game released exclusively on PC that console players really wanted, this is why I don't play on consoles. You should have built a PC. You gotta build it. They're not using that choice argument because it's bullshit. The choice has always been there. It's just a choice that people in this community did not like. Right? But I'm not gonna dwell on that, because at this point, right, the games are, this is how I'm looking at it. Because last year it was Horizon Zero Dawn, that came out in 2017. So last year was 2020, so 2018, 2019, 2020. A 3-year-old game. Right? Days Gone came out in 2019. We're now in 2021. So 2020, 2021, that's 2-year-old. That's a 2-year-old game. The amount of time it's slowly cutting back. Because they're not, and this is the thing that I think people need to get and understand, right? If you're trying to go back in the catalog, why not do the games that launched on PlayStation? Shadowfall, Days Gone, not Days Gone, excuse me, Shadowfall, Order 1886, things like that. If you really, because that's where that whole it's old games argument, I laugh at that argument as well, because if it was Order 1886 and Killzone Shadowfall and shit like that, that's where the old games argument really would apply. Like, I would say that people had a more valid, it would be a more valid stance to me personally, right? I'm not saying that it would, to everybody else they may view it the same way. I'm saying, to me, if somebody would use the those are old games argument for launch titles, that's different. Like, all right, those are old ass games. I still don't like it, but Horizon Zero Dawn and not even Horizon, Days Gone, those are fairly recent games. So you're not digging in the bottom of the barrel for the launch games. You're digging in the barrel for the games that sold well, but would be a commercial success, or you think would be a commercial success on the other platform. So how soon till we see God of War? How soon till we see Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima? Because Jim Ryan said right here, brought new users on the phone. Jim Ryan said, here we go. Jim Ryan said right here, man. This is following on from the publishing of Horizon Zero Dawn on PC in August of last year. How did that go? We assessed the exercise in 2 ways. Firstly, in terms of the straightforward success of the activity of publishing the game on PC, people liked it and they bought it. We also looked at it through the lens of what the PlayStation community thought about it. Now listen, we're gonna talk about this in a second. Give me a second. We're gonna talk about that, right? But there are no massive adverse reactions, so we will continue to take the mission step forward. That's not the right one I'm looking for. Here we go. Sorry, I read the wrong paragraph. Sorry, guys. So the interviewer asks, fair enough. So releasing PlayStation games on PC was something that Sony held back on for a long time. Now it sounds like there's very much on the you're very much on the bandwagon. What's changed? And he says, I think a few things change. We find ourselves now in early 2021 with our development studios and the games that they make in better shape than they've ever been before. Particularly from the latter half of the PS4 cycle, our studios made wonderful games, wonderful and great games. See, now this is the part that stood out to me. This is the sentence that stood out to me, particularly from the latter half of the PlayStation 4 cycle, our studios made some wonderful games. So, and let me break down that sentence for you. In other words, the games that we want to put on there are the popular titles, not old games. So cut that old game bullshit out. Because it ain't about, oh yeah, these are old games, so it doesn't matter. No, they want to put the popular titles on there that they know when they put on other platforms, it's going to make them money. Because if it was about just putting old games on the platform, we would have seen Shadowfall, Infamous Second Son, Order 1886, Bloodborne. We would have seen games like that going over. No, it's the popular titles. It's the titles that they know will make them more money because a lot of people want to play those games but don't want to buy a PlayStation. It's in the article. That's what I got from that sentence. So this whole, it's old games bullshit argument, cut it out. Cut the bullshit out. Cut it out, because it's not old games. It's popular titles that they know will sell on PlayStation, on PC. So cut that out. Like, stop that argument. Stop it, because it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Right? Then he says, there's an opportunity to expose those great games to a wider audience and recognize the economics of game development, which are not always straightforward. The cost of making games goes up with each cycle. As the caliber of IP has improved, also our ease of making it available to non-console owners has grown. So it's a fairly straightforward decision for us to make. So it's not, it's old games. Why are you guys worrying? Why are you guys, listen. Listen. What did Saber say? Actually, Persona, it's the title's easiest to port. Decima was PC ready and Days Gone was made with UE5. It's not just what's popular. Show me an article where they say that. Saber, because the article that I'm showing you, he says that. He says it's particularly from the latter half of the PS4 cycle, our studio made some wonderful, great games. The latter half would be 2017 to 2020, because between that time we got I just had a brain fart. Jesus Christ. Between that time we got Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War, Days Gone, Spider-Man, Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us Part 2. So explain to me where you're saying what you say, Saber. Give me an article. If you can't give me an article, your point is mute. Anyway, so looking at that, I'm like, look, it's the popular titles. So when he says that, and he says that there's going to be a slew of more titles, right? I'm thinking Ghost of Tsushima. I'm thinking Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, Spider-Man. I'm thinking those titles, because those titles are what's going to be going over there, right? But I digress. Right? Because there's no point in crying over spilt milk. Like, PlayStation Nation, let me tell you something. Right? Yo, Games for Eternity, I see the super chat. I'm gonna let it show up on the screen before I read it so that people can see it. Let me explain something to y'all, man. I will always remain Yo, Games for Eternity, thank you so much. They putting the popular open world games on PC. Yeah, from how it looks, because both games have been open world popular titles. Amanda said, "How big is a slew in technical terms?" In technical terms. Hey, yo, Amanda. Whoa. A slew. We don't know. We don't know. All we know is that from what Jim Ryan is saying, they are full steam ahead on putting more older popular titles, not old games, older popular titles onto the PC. Now, how many that is, I don't know. How long until that time frame diminishes even more? And what I mean by time frame is the time frame of from when the game released to from when the game released on PlayStation to when the game will be on PC. I don't know, right? But I'll tell you guys this. At this point, for me personally, I'm not crying over spilt milk no more. There's no use in crying over spilt milk. It is what it at this point it is what it is. I disagree with it wholeheartedly. That's been my stance last year. That will be my stance this year, and that will be my stance moving forward. Like permanently, that's my stance. I disagree with it. It's not a good move. Now, when they start putting the games day and date on PC, I'm gone. That's how I feel about it. I'm gone. Because PlayStation clearly they want more money. They're trying to chase all the money. And that's another thing, man. That's another thing that like irks me. It irks the shit out of me with some of these people in this community, right? Another thing that like really irks me is I see people saying, "Oh well, you know, the games aren't selling anymore on PlayStation 4, so why not put it on another platform and it can make more money, because more money to the developers means that they can make another game." Yo, these are the same people that don't want to spend $70 for a game. How does that work? How does that work? You worried about the developers making money to make more games in the future, but you won't spend $70 for games because you keep saying, "Oh well, what about microtransactions? Because microtransactions, that should be enough. I shouldn't have to spend $70 for games because spending $70 for games is just not fair. That's anti-consumer. That's wrong." All this crying. But you okay about a game going to another platform, an old game at that, that's going to be sold at a higher price on another platform as opposed to PlayStation, an old game. You okay with spending money on that? And now it's about the developer. Now it's about the developer having money so that they're able to create more games and all this other shit. Now that's what it's about. But when it comes to $70 games, no, that's not right. I can't afford $70. Why should I just spend $70? That's not good. Hey yo. And that's why, like, I see all these reactions. I see all of this, like all these responses, and I laugh because I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo. You dudes won't even spend $70 for a game. Bro, Returnal comes out April 30th. You got people that won't buy the game because it's $70, but talking about a developer having enough money to create another game. How hypocritical is that? How stupid is that? And I'm sitting here and I'm laughing because I'm like, you dudes won't even spend $70 on a game. You dudes don't even want to spend $70 on a game. You don't even want to spend $70 on a game, but you worried about the development cost for developers to be able to have enough money to make another game. Are you? Hey, yo, DJ Khaled, talk to me.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Listen, man, get your fake, get all that fake. Oh, I care about the developer bullshit. It's out the window, man. It's out the window. Like, that's all. They use that as an argument. People using that as an argument just to make it's to cover their own ass, because they know they don't care about the developer. They don't care about the developer having enough money to make another game. Yo, Captain Thug Nasty, what's up, bro? They don't care about the developer having enough money to make another game. They don't care about the developer, if they could feed their kids and all this. Because if they did, they wouldn't be a problem with the price increase of games. $70. But no, that's anti-consumer. That's wrong. Exactly, sick. It's not worth $70 only on PlayStation. Exactly. Jez. Oh, listen, Jez. One thing about me, I'm gonna buy my games. You feel me? My games is bought, pre-ordered, and waiting to be played. I'm just waiting for them to unlock. You feel me? Returnal, Deathloop, Ratchet and Clank, and all these. They're day ones. They already pre-ordered. My library is good. My games is good. I'm ready to go. I just need the games to release. You feel me? Nobody on this internet, nobody on Twitter or nowhere. Oh no. My purchases are solidified. I'm good out here. But it's the blatant hypocrisy that I see with a lot of the responses about this PlayStation stuff. Because, at this point, PlayStation Nation, it's like I said to you guys before. At this point, it's no use complaining. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I'm done complaining. I've said my piece last year. I stand by my stance that putting any type of PlayStation games onto another platform devalues the brand, right? And you put doubt in people's mind. Yo, PlayStation Forever, what's good, man? Here chilling at work. Hey, man, I'm glad I could, help you get through the work day. Yo, Blackbeard, what's good, man? Damien in the building, what's good, Damien? Yo, Phil Collins, what's good, man? Yo, Vid K, what's up? Lay, what's good? I don't know if I said what's up to you, Lay. Social Joints, what's up, man? I stand by my stance, right? Even though, like in terms of all of this, if they, say, I do this podcast today, and then 2-3 weeks later, PlayStation says, oh yeah, Spider-Man, or God of War is heading to PC this fall. Listen, I'm gonna say what I say here, and I'm done, because I'm not gonna keep speaking on why this is wrong, because it devalues the brand. Again, you want an example? Look at PlayStation. I mean, not PlayStation. Oh my God. Look at Xbox. You want an example? Look at Xbox. Right? But PlayStation, they obviously are, they're the business. They know what they're doing. Right? I'm just a consumer, a fan, been a fan since PS1, been buying games and going to PSXs for decades now. But I don't know nothing, right? Because they obviously it's their business. So cool, right? I'm saying it like this. PlayStation wanted the moment PlayStation goes day and date, I'm gone. That's my stance. That's my stance now. That's my stance. Right? I'm not talking about this no more, because it's wrong. It shouldn't go, because if the choice is already there, the choice is buy a PlayStation to play the games or don't buy a PlayStation. People made their choice. Now they have to live with it. But no, you want to bring the games over? Cool. I'm not. I said my piece yesterday. I'm gonna say my piece today. All right. All right. And I'm a PlayStation fan, right? What makes PlayStation special? Ladies and gentlemen, PlayStation Nation, what makes PlayStation special? When you think of PlayStation, what games do you think of? Because when I think of PlayStation, I don't when someone says, if someone says the word PlayStation, the first game that comes to mind is the exclusives. Uncharted, The Last of Us, Ratchet and Clank, Infamous, Sly Cooper, PlayStation All-Stars, God of War, Days Gone, Horizon Zero Dawn. The exclusives come to mind, right? What pulls people over to PlayStation is the great games that cannot be played nowhere else. If people don't want to experience these games on PlayStation, that's their loss. That's my stance. If people don't want to buy the console and play the games, that's my stance. Like, all right, cool. You don't got to play the games, right? But moving forward, right? You know, we all know what makes PlayStation special. We all know, you know, our favorite PlayStation games, right? And obviously third-party games are sprinkled in there as well, right? I'm not going to say, you know, because one of my favorite third-party games is The Warriors. That's one of my favorite games of all time. Yeah, I love that game, The Warriors. And then obviously the JRPGs and things like that. And even third-party JRPGs, right? When you think of RPGs and JRPGs, right? I think PlayStation. I don't even think Nintendo in that regard. I think when you think JRPGs, you think PlayStation. When you think fighting games, you think PlayStation. When you think action adventure games, you think PlayStation. When you think high quality cinematic shooter games, you think PlayStation. Even when you think Call of Duty, you think PlayStation. PlayStation's on top. PlayStation is breaking records. PlayStation is putting out quality games. Now, this is one thing I want people to understand. Right? Because people think, and this goes back to what I was saying earlier about people being, it's either one way or the other. There is no in between, right? Because people think, oh, because I'm vocal and I disagree and all stuff, that means that I'm not going to play the games. These people think, oh yeah, so you're not going to play the games? You're not going to buy the games? You're not going to, like, you people are stupid, right? If you think I'm going to miss out on Returnal, if you think I'm going to miss out on Ratchet & Clank, God of War, Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Final Fantasy 16, if you think I'm going to miss out on these games, you out of your damn mind. You out of your mind. I'm not missing out on no games. Because again, I'm a gamer first and a PlayStation fan second. I've said that since the beginning. I'm a gamer first and a PlayStation fan second. So the games will be played. The games will be bought and played. Right? But my stance is still the same. PlayStation, you want to do what you do? Cool. All right. I've said what I said. I said it last year. I said it I said it the beginning of last year, the end of last year, and now the beginning of this year. I'm singing the same tune. All right. But see, here's the other thing. Right? A lot of people on social media. Now, PlayStation Nation, I'm gonna tell y'all like, and a lot of y'all, listen, what I'm about to say is gonna hurt. I gotta prepare y'all. What I'm about to say, you might feel a type of way about it, but I want to put the disclaimer out there. The disclaimer is, if it don't apply, let it fly. And essentially what that means is, if who I'm talking about is not you and you know it's not you, then what I'm talking about does not pertain to you. But what I'm about to say, it's going to hurt some feelings. So get ready. PlayStation Nation, a lot of y'all motherfuckers ain't fans, man. Like a lot of y'all are fake. A lot of y'all are fake. A lot of y'all are y'all don't play games. Right? You only ride for PlayStation because it's the cool thing to do. It's the popular console. You don't buy games. You don't support the developers. You flip-flop. All this bullshit, right? Because when it was Xbox, right? And when Xbox was doing all the bullshit that they was doing, when Xbox was doing all that bullshit, PlayStation Nation, y'all was at the front lines. Hee ha ha Xbox don't got no games. Ha ha hee ha. Right? We all was doing it, right? Hee ha ha. Oh my god. Yeah, Xbox is trash. Xbox ain't got no games. Ha hee ha. Oh yeah, I'm on a PlayStation podcast. Hee ha. That's what y'all was doing. Right? Xbox was putting their games on PC. Hee hee ha, no games, no identity, ha, right? Xbox was going into this service-based realm where they were doing Game Pass and all this other shit. Hee hee ha, right? Now, PlayStation, the tables are turned. Now we see that the same thing that was happening in the Xbox, right now is going to PlayStation. It one by one, each game, one by one, it's getting closer and closer, right? Oh, well, I think, it's old games. It doesn't matter. I mean, gaming is, I think gamers should be able to experience it ever. I mean, it's not that big a deal, guys. It's not the PlayStation 5 games. It's not that big a deal. It's not day and day, guys. It's not that big a deal. It's not that big a deal. Why are you guys overreacting? It's not that big a deal. Right? So you turn the blind eye for PlayStation, right? But for 4 years, making fun of Xbox on podcasts every day, on different podcasts, talking about how Xbox needs an identity, how Xbox needs to buy studios, how Xbox needs to do more. Every day, day in and day out. Quote unquote PlayStation fans at the forefront making fun of Xbox, making fun of the fact that their games is going to PC day in and day out for 4 years. PlayStation, it's not that big a deal. I mean, PlayStation has the better games. You really think people are gonna leave You really think people are gonna leave PlayStation to go to PC? Persona, why are you overreacting? It's just about choice. It's just about choice. Choice. Day in and day out for 4 years. You made fun of Xbox, me included. I make fun of Xbox now. Xbox ain't got no games. They are dog shit. But you know what's the difference between you and me? My stance on this PlayStation going to PC bullshit, it's the same. It's wrong. It should not happen. But PlayStation Nation? Oh, well, Persona, why are you overreacting, Persona? Persona, you need to chill. Persona, it's not that big a deal. Okay? It's not that big a deal. The games are old, Persona. You've already played the games, Persona. No, the question is, did you play the games? I can show you my platinum for Spider-Man. I can show you my platinum for Horizon Zero Dawn. I can show you my platinum for Days Gone. I can show you my platinum for Miles Morales. No, did you play the games? Because a lot of you don't. A lot of you didn't. That's why your trophies is hidden. That's why you can't speak on the games, because you're not playing them. Yo, shout out to Corey. Translation, I'm a bigger fanboy than you. I mean, Corey, listen. If you want to call it that, fine. Fine. But if somebody was constantly talking about games and not playing them, wouldn't you find that odd, Corey? Wouldn't you find it odd to always see people on podcasts talking about games but never playing them, or can never show that they playing games? Wouldn't that be odd to you? Especially if they call themselves a PlayStation fan. Wouldn't that be odd to you? I don't get it. Hey man, listen. I told y'all that was gonna hurt a couple people's feelings. Saber, Corey, feelings is hurt. Pony Tears album, Aziza, feelings is hurt, man. Listen, that's my stance, man. It's not about the size of the trophy list. I'm not even talking about platinums, man. Never mind the platinums. Let's just talk about did people complete the game? The amount of people, I wonder, the amount of people that are happy about Days Gone going to PC, right? I wonder how many of them played the game or beat the game. Because remember, Days Gone was a dog shit game. It was a 70 Metacritic or lower. I forgot what the Metacritic is. 70 Metacritic. It was unplayable. It was laggy. It was this. It was that. It was all the other things. The game is too long. I know people complaining about the story being too long. Story is too long and all this. I'm never mind the platinum. I'm just talking about completing the game. But I digress, man. Listen. At the end of the day, it is what it is. I never hear any of this when games from other platforms come to PlayStation. Hey, yo, listen. Amanda, listen. OBJ said they gonna run a benchmark and close the app, fam. Hey, yo, listen, man. Yo, you already know what them PC players about to do, man. Captain Thunder, he said, yeah, I think you're overreacting, Persona. We just need to wait and see what happened. Let them know don't want day and date and see where it goes from there. Hey, man, listen. I'm not, Captain Thug Nasty, I hear you. I'm not having this conversation no more. I'm gonna say what I say here, and then I'm just gonna play my games. Any other games that go to PC from here on out, all right, whatever. Because I've said what I said here. I've said what I said last year. I'm not going to keep saying, oh, no, putting games on PC is devaluing the brand, devaluing the platform. I can't keep saying, I can't, I'm not going to keep atting PlayStation and these execs, bugging them, telling them that this is wrong. How much long? No, listen, it's out there. My thoughts is out there. My thoughts are out there. Hey, yo, listen. I'm not going to keep saying the same thing. You feel me? Captain Thunder Nasty, thank you for being reasonable. I don't get how... Hey, Corey, explain how I'm not being reasonable. Because at the end of the day, what he's saying, I'm like, all right. Like, yo, the games are coming to PC. It's wrong. It shouldn't happen. That's me. So me thinking that listen to this. Me thinking PlayStation games going to PC is wrong. Is me being unreasonable. How does that sound? Me thinking that no exclusive should go to PC from PlayStation is me being unreasonable, right? Me thinking that with each year, the amount of time that has gone, the amount of time that has lapsed between the release on PlayStation and when it's going to PC is continuously shortening. And Jim Ryan is saying that a whole slew of other games is on the way to PC, and me thinking they shouldn't go because that's going to devalue the brand as a whole. That's me being unreasonable. That's me being unreasonable. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Me thinking that, when it gets closer to, then it's a year. So when it's a year, right? When it's a year, so Last of Us 2 came out last year, right? So if they announce this year that Last of Us 2 goes to PC, and I say, and it's even closer. So the dates of when the time lapse of when things go from PlayStation to PC is now even shorter. When is it going to be reasonable for people to say, oh damn, maybe they shouldn't be doing this? When is it going to be reasonable? When it's day and date? When it's too late? Right? That's when everything is going day and date. Oh no, they shouldn't do this, PlayStation. Why? That's when people want to talk. Not when they see the writing on the wall. Right? That's my problem with this community, man. The writing is on the fucking wall, and people are talking about fucking being unreasonable. Are you fucking kidding me? And excuse my language, man, 'cause I don't know me, but are you fucking kidding me, man? You want to wait till shit is fucking day and date to start being reasonable? Like what is? Anyway, listen. I'm not even gonna entertain that conversation, because being unreasonable is being vocal about the shit when you see the writing on the wall. But being reasonable is when you vocal about it when the shit is day and date. Yo, listen, fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here. Anyway, so yeah, listen, that's my stance. That's how I feel about it. At the end of the day, I'm gonna play the games. At the end of the day, I'm gonna play the games. And Glorious War, you are right. They, kind of funny, and all these fucking Yellow Chair Brigade and all these motherfuckers. Listen, I don't know who PlayStation's listening to, but I'll tell you right now, they're not listening to fans. I'll tell you that right now. They're not listening to fans, because no PlayStation fan is asking for this. No PlayStation fan is asking for is asking for games to be put elsewhere. Because this is a conversation that I've had before, where I say, when I said that, when the walls get broken down for PlayStation, right? When the walls get broken down for PlayStation, right? What do PlayStation gamers and fans get in return? No one can answer that question, because PlayStation fans aren't really asking for things from other places. We've had this conversation before, ladies and gentlemen, where I've asked, what do PlayStation fans get in return? No one can ever answer that question. When the walls get broken down and the exclusives go elsewhere, what do PlayStation fans get in return? No one can answer that question. Because realistically, no one wants anything from elsewhere, because PlayStation is treating us good. The games is good. We getting the third party and the exclusives. Yo, it's the best of both worlds. You really not PlayStation fans aren't really, people that have a PlayStation aren't really wanting for much. You get what I'm saying? So in that regard, PlayStation gamers, they lose. Actions speak louder than words. If they take games day and date, then leaving the brand says more than complaining about it. But being vocal about it being wrong to do that before it actually gets to that point is not unreasonable, though. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, the fact that the fact that the fact that people think it's unreasonable to voice your disdain for the shit that's happening, that's really strange. I don't know. I find that strange, because it's just like, it's something I disagree with. I disagree with that route that PlayStation's going, and that's unreasonable. But just going on about your day and la-di-da, and then a year later, oh, day and date. Oh, PlayStation, why did you do day and date? I didn't see this coming. That's what people are going to say. That's what people are going to say, right? When what's so funny about this? Yo, this is the funniest thing about all this, right? Let me not say when, right? If PlayStation were to do games day and date, right? If PlayStation were going to do games day and date, you're gonna have people saying, people on Twitter and on podcasts and all that, they're gonna be saying one of two things. You're gonna have one side of people that want to be reasonable and not say anything and be oblivious. You're gonna have people say, damn, I didn't see that coming. Oh wow, PlayStation putting games day and date, I didn't see that coming, right? Then you're gonna see the other side of Twitter of people saying, oh man, I saw that coming. The writing was on the wall when they were putting games on PlayStation 4 onto PC. Those are the only two responses you'll see on Twitter. And you know what I'm gonna say on Twitter, ladies and gentlemen? I'm just gonna laugh and say I told you so. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna laugh and say I told you so, because the podcasts that I did, the podcast that I do speaking out against it, it's unreasonable. So fine, it's unreasonable. I won't speak on it no more. And I'm not going to speak on it no more. This is, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is my last time. This is my last time speaking on this. I don't care what podcast I'm on. Barrios podcast, Sick podcast. Well, we might speak on. I'm a hypocrite. Hold on, I just lied to y'all. I'm sorry. What's Up PlayStation podcast this Saturday morning, 11 a.m. We will most likely speak on it. That'll most likely be our topic. But in terms of like me speaking on this after that, oh no, I'm done. I'm done. Like I'm not speaking on this no more because it's unreasonable for me to speak on it. One, according to some people, but two, I'm tired of speaking on this. I'm tired of speaking on it. I'm tired of it. You know, I'm done. It's fine. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. Don't believe it. Y'all don't believe it in the chat, man. Hey man, listen, listen, I ain't speaking on it no more. Trust me. Do I want to open the chat? Nah, I want to play some games. Yeah man, so listen, I don't know what fans PlayStation are listening to. Maybe PlayStation is listening to the reasonable fans. You know, from what I see. So the reasonable fans are the ones that are, you know, PlayStation's listening to. So thanks, reasonable fans. I appreciate you guys because the games are going to PC. Thanks. You're so reasonable. So, you know, I guess that's who PlayStation's listening to. The reasonable fans. Shout out to PlayStation. Like I said, tomorrow, State of Play. That's going to be dope. I can't wait to see what they got coming. Oh yeah, what's my predictions? I don't really got it. Like the only prediction I had was really the Kena Bridge of Spirits. That's really the only one I had in terms of you know, yeah, I think it's gonna be the March PS Plus game. It might not be. It might be or it might not be. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, tomorrow I'm definitely gonna be doing live reactions to the State of Play. The State of Play goes live 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. I'm probably going to start my show about 4:40 because I'll still be at work. So I'll start the show about 4:40. I should be able to finish up with my day around 4:40. We'll see. So yeah, I'll do live reactions to that. And then Saturday morning, 11 a.m. What's Up PlayStation podcast. I guess we should probably change the name to What's Up PC. We should probably change the name to What's Up PC podcast, right? Oh boy. Anyway, What's Up PlayStation podcast this Saturday morning, 11 a.m. With my boy Bari. And our special guest this week is gonna be Chandler Wood, senior editor at PlayStation Lifestyle PlayStation Lifestyle website. So that's gonna be a really good show. That's gonna be a really, really, really good show, man. It's gonna be some good topics, really good topics, really good conversation. Listen, man, I appreciate all y'all. I appreciate the naysayers. I appreciate, you know, the ones that agree. Listen, man, one thing about my channel, it's okay for y'all to disagree with me. Like, I don't hate nobody. If you disagree, you disagree. That's the whole point of you know, a conversation. You don't want a bunch of yes men around you, you know? So you know, shout out to the people that agree, shout out to the people that disagree. I appreciate everybody that came through. Round of applause for all of you. I appreciate all y'all for coming through, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys tomorrow around 5 o'clock. At Persona, you need to get another dev on to talk with again. Yeah. That's definitely something that I definitely want to do. I'm looking at the prospects and whatnot. Still rock with you, Persona. You might do. We disagree. That's cool. Yo, listen, man. Corey, man, it ain't no hard feelings, man. No hard feelings. You know, we disagree. That's perfectly fine. You know, people can disagree. Interlooper, appreciate the passion. Listen, man, I'm a passionate. Listen, one thing, one thing about me, guys, I'm very passionate. I'm a passionate person. You know, I enjoy gaming, man. I've been gaming since I was a kid, man. It's something I'm very passionate about. It's my hobby. It's something that I support. It's something that, you know, I enjoy and I love. PlayStation was a big part of the enjoyment that I got from gaming, and a large part of that had to do with the exclusives. So, you know, seeing the exclusives, seeing the potential diminishing of the platform and the brand, that shit sucks, man. You know, that's how I'm looking at this, right? It sucks. It really does. But, you know, I digress, man, right? Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. I hope y'all have a great night, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this show. Very 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 fiery, very spicy podcast today. It was spicy. Put some jalapenos on that. Ooh, spicy. Fuck games and gaming. It's about podcasting and listening. It's 2021. Hey, shout out to my boy Sick. Man, shout out to Bari, shout out to, you know, everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to Court, Stealth Guy, Chris Righteous, Buck Rogers, Corey, Saber, Captain Thug Nasty, Glorious, Lay. Shout out to the lurker. Shout out to everybody, man. I really appreciate you guys. And I'll see you guys tomorrow about 5 o'clock for the State of Play.